What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG TikTok bottom of the video, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So today we will be talking about Hotboii. Now, I don't know, sometimes I do have older people watch my channel. So if you are unfamiliar with Hotboii, as an older person, I really don't know how to tell you to get familiar with Hotboii. But Hotboii is a Orlando rapper who I fuck with Hotboii heavy. He's one of my favorite Florida rappers. But a couple songs I fuck with him, Nobody Special. Offset. I fuck with a lot of shit, but Hotboii. But his most famous shit, 4PF Like Baby, and Don't Need Time. So if you are unfamiliar with Hotboii, that's probably how you would know Hotboii. But back to the shit. So what what we first find out is Hotboii was arrested in the city of Doral. Now, this is actually the second shit that I done reported on this week about Doral, because that's the same place that Javante Davis got arrested. I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck is a Doral? Is that shit like right by Miami or something? It gotta be or something. Yeah, that shit like right west of Miami. So he got that shit. That's Miami, basically. That's Miami. But he got arrested in the city of Doral. They was responding to a call at approximately 3:40 a.m. on a Wednesday about seeing a pair of suspicious males running through the parking lot of Doral International Academy of Math and Science. They then say the Hotboii scaled the fence on the south end of the school and was later spotted on surveillance camera tossing a black Carhartt bag over a fence connected to a fancy community adjacent to the campus. Officers say they discovered a black Glock 4.59 millimeter firearm inside his bag. And obviously this is problems for Hotboii because Hotboii is a felon. Hotboii recently got out of jail, he served 3 years in prison on a RICO charge, which actually feels and sounds crazy. And it like 3 years. It did not feel like Hotboii was gone for 3 years, but I guess it do make sense. He had to be gone from like 21 to 24. That sounds about right. But it don't feel like Hotboii was gone for 3 years, but yeah, and then he was briefly detained back in February. I talked about it on the channel. Reportedly, we couldn't figure it out at first, but I did figure out supposedly they were trying to say he was around gang members. Y'all know, when you as a RICO and things of that sort, especially when you're on probation, you obviously, you can't, as a felon, you can't possess a gun. So that's number one. He already served time. So that's number one. Two, when terms of getting out on things like a RICO, you can't be around anymore, people that are gang members and things of that sort. So that's why. But this time, by the Dora police, Hotboii has been booked for the possession of a firearm and ammunition as a convicted felon and trespassing on school property. So it ain't looking good for my boy Hotboii. I mean, they dead ass caught him red-handed, so he probably, will end up getting convicted. I'm sorry to hear that, and we're gonna have to my nigga Hotboii and go down the road again. Hopefully, this nigga, he hire a good ass lawyer or something and beat this case, but somehow, some way. But that shit sound crazy. But we have gotten more details about this from somebody who claims to be a legal counsel for Hotboii. So they are saying what led to this arrest, besides, I mean, it's still kind of confusing because of the details we got, but I'll try to connect the dots later. What they're saying end up happening is that Hotboii, baby mother, dropped the private address to Hotboii's location, and then on that Wednesday that he got arrested, two hooded men had ended up trying to break into his residence. So, and they say he was trying to protect his son. So what I am assuming happened, because we don't, it's kind of, the details that have been given to us is kind of blotchy, but I think we can put the story together. So basically, obviously, the baby mama, she dropped the low. The two men tried to break in. Okay, they tried to break in. Obviously, he probably shoots at them to, get them out the way. They eventually, he's busting at them enough. They end up retreating and leaving. Obviously, if this is in an area that of where he got caught at, then obviously this is a nice resident area, so gunfire and things of that sort would definitely get called on by the police. The police catch him. He's probably trying to run. What he's probably trying to do is run and hide the gun. He probably realizes the police is probably going to come. He's probably trying to run and hide the gun. He feels like he could just dump it on school campus. They ain't gonna look over that fence. And then, while he's probably trying to dump the gun, the police show up. Then he realized, nigga, I need to run. So that's why he jumped over the fence too. But that's what it looked like it ended up happening. It's a very sad situation because it's a lot of times that we see felons get into tricky situations like this. I just talked about this with Troy Ave yesterday and how I'm scared for his tricky situation because he's a felon and he was busting at somebody on camera, self-defense or not. These felons, another self-defense situation, get into tricky situations because they cannot own guns, but they are, first of all, some of the shit that got them a felon, like a RICO, causes them to have to, protect their lives, and they have people that are trying to kill them. So somebody breaks into your house when you are with your son, your infant son, not an infant, but he's a toddler, your toddler son, and you are, you're protecting yourself, but you still get in trouble for this because you're not supposed to have a gun. It's really a sad situation to see. I wish it was some type of legality. Like, I understand the law and why they have it of fellas not being able to possess firearms, but it's still in certain situations some type of legality that needs to happen to it. And if it's true that the baby mother did drop the location, she should, even though I don't think it's nothing that they can't confirm that this was directly, a thing to it. Like, obviously, they can say, yeah, they got the information from the baby mama story, but that doesn't really connect her to that, even though she knows posting an address like that, what could come with it. But she should somehow, I wish she could get in trouble for that shit, because that's downright crazy. And then you doing that with your son is even crazier. So I don't have no room. If she did do that, I don't have no room for somebody who's doing that, especially with their son being in it, because you don't know, bullets don't got nobody name on it. So I don't respect that. But I feel bad for Hotboii, man. Like, you really was protecting yourself and you ended up in a fucked up situation. But that's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we out.